So now I want to negotiate. 80.
No, that was like $50.
Ah.
Which will be titled Big Mama. That's not. That's if I don't change it.
No. Now you must tell us why it's called Big Mama, my friend.
In the news tonight, City of Windhoek secures $155 million Namibian loan for new power substation to avoid load shedding.
The International University of Management, a Namibian university dedicated to its people's future, a hub of abundant opportunities.
We are IUM for life. We are IUM.
Welcome to this evening's edition of News on One. Here are the headlines. Meme Fire pedals through life, inspiring others. Mental health facilities regularly maintained, says Shangula. The ShopRite Christmas trade show spreads some joy. Havana Secondary School celebrates National Arbor Day with tree planting. And Roundup, Business on One, Comments Corner, Sports and the weather. After realizing that she was spending a shocking amount of money on taxi fare, 57-year-old Sarafia Eben Augustinus approached her then boss to purchase a bicycle and paid back the money in installments. For the past 22 years, Augustinus has been cycling to work and has no plans to stop.
Clad in a riding outfit, Augustinus, also known by her nickname May Fire, pedals about 45 minutes every day of the week from Windhoek's Greenwald Matonga informal settlement to a workplace in Suiderhof. May Fire wears several hats. Not only is she a professional cyclist, but is also a second-in-command of the Greenwald Neighborhood Watch. Although she has lost numerous bicycles to theft over the years, she described how she saves money by riding her bicycle to and from work.
Soos ek by ander mense sien. Meeste mense.
I see people coming to knock at my door morning time. They come to borrow $10 for taxis so they can go to work. I ride a bike to work. That is how I saw that people are living a difficult life. It is not easy. If you don't have taxi money to go to work and you go borrow from someone and they don't have, what will you do? Will you not go to work or how? It is not easy. The life of riding a bicycle is a good one. It is good for your health as well. It keeps you fit. The main point is that you won't worry about how you'll get to work or you don't have any bread at home for your children because you always have cents in your bag which you can use to pay water or buy bread and all the small necessities that is needed at home.
Of jou water betaal of 'n brood by die huis, seker of 'n daai klein behoefte wat jy het by die huis.
Augustinus has bagged medals and certificates from participating in cycling competitions and proudly shows them off. She added that she was even able to build her home from the proceeds from these competitions.
Kom ek sê maar is dit 2000, maar want
Let me say it was round about the year 2000. That is when I began taking part in the racing competitions. I think by then I had 3 race challenges and I won 5 medals. I'm really proud of myself for taking part in the race challenges. I have met many young ladies that see me and they are inspired by me. telling me, Fire, I wish I was you, and I asked why. She says she spends a lot of money by taking taxi to work. If I could ride a bike, then it would be better. I will join. I told her to join me, but she says she's afraid of getting bumped on the road. I told her if she is interested, I can teach her how to ride, and I will always ride with her.
Asked how safe it is on the road as a cyclist, Agustinus had this to say.
That is a very good question. It is not easy on the road. We have problems with motorists, especially the taxi drivers. You come at the traffic lights, taxis charge and storm because they see a customer in front. He does not even indicate and you are also speeding. It is easy to bump each other and they blame you for that. You have to make sure if you ride a bicycle, the brakes should be 100% on point to avoid accidents.
100% wees ongeluk te by.
May Fire told News on One that she plans to continue cycling for the next 20 years.
There are data deals. And then there are Telecom Namibia data deals. And if you want the biggest data deal of all, you gotta get 31-day Jiva, which comes with a massive 50 gigs of data. Is it even possible to use 50 gigs of data in a month? You tell us. You also get 1,000 voice minutes and 400 SMSs. To get your hands on 31-day Jiva, dial *130*780# and enjoy a month of mega data. Whoa, that's a lot of data, minutes and SMS. How much is that? Must be expensive. No, it's only 185 Namibian dollars excluding that. T's and C's apply.
Telecom Namibia.
Sharing your world.
Giving contribution to a motion tabled in Parliament regarding the state of mental health institutions and facilities in the country, Minister of Health and Social Services said the ministry carries out regular maintenance activities on the mental health facilities as per budgetary provisions. Kalumbi Shangula added that in order to address the shortage of beds in the facilities, the ministry further carried out a feasibility study for the construction of a modern mental health facility in the Kavango West region. Construction was, however, halted by community members.
Addressing members of Parliament, Shangula explained that in order to address the current shortage of beds in the facilities, as cited in Mongo's motion, the ministry has carried out a feasibility study for the construction of a modern mental health facility in the Kavango West region, but added that construction was halted.
In an endeavor to address the shortage of mental health bed capacity in the country, the ministry carried out a feasibility study in 2014 for the construction of a modern mental health hospital at Nankudu in the Kavango West region. Construction was to be carried out in 2016. However, unfortunately, the project was suddenly halted by community members due to various reasons, including compensation for land. Consultations are still ongoing whether to carry on with the construction in the same region or identify a new site. The ministry carries out maintenance activities as requested and as required within the budgetary provision. In case something is not repaired immediately, it means it is being channeled through the normal procurement process, which are to be procedurally followed at all times, as laid out in the Public Procurement Act of 2015.
Shangula also said Namibia is amongst the top countries with the highest suicide prevalence rates, and that this is partly because not enough is being done to manage and prevent certain risk factors.
The Ministry of Health and Social Services have prioritized mental health. Soon, the mental health bill will be tabled in this August House. Enable the Ministry of Health and Social Services, amongst others, to plan, budget and implement activities that will address cross-sectional concerns and obligations on the provision of mental health services for all our people. Honorable Deputy Speaker, honorable members, the World Health Organization stated that The suicide rate on the African continent is 11 per 100,000 population, higher than the global average of 9 per 100,000 individuals annually. Namibia is among the top countries with the highest prevalence rate. Just the past 2 weeks, no single day passed without reports of suicides being committed in the country. This is partly because not enough is being done to manage and prevent risk factors such as mental health issues, which impact 116 million people today globally, up from 53 million in 1990, as announced by WHO during the commemoration of the World Mental Day, the 10th of October 2002.
Shangula concluded that Namibia needs society to work together to improve mental health care in the country, including training non-medical staff on the importance of mental health, boosting public education initiatives, and advocating for increased funding for mental health care.
The ShopRite Christmas Trade Show began in style today at the Wanderers Windhoek Sports Field, where the public took advantage of the free products on offer. The one-day event was aimed at promoting Namibian branded products, but South African brands were showcased as well and included food and beverages.
The event was a networking opportunity for Namibian-owned brand products to engage with each other, and according to the event organizer, Patricia Hangula, it is important for people to get to know the faces behind the products. She added that the event was important as COVID-19 taught them that Namibia depends highly on South Africa products.
This entire show is almost similar to what we call a networking event between our branch managers throughout the country and our esteemed suppliers. What we want to do is for them to engage with each other, because most of the time the buying is done in a central place and they only get to see the product and not the people behind the product. So this is the platform for them to meet each other. We also have our SME development teams here. So we have the sushi guy, the dumplings lady, or Shinge, our small suppliers that we are busy uplifting through certain programs for them to be retail ready. Highly, very important. We learned from COVID that we are highly dependent on South African brands. Clearly, as you can see here now, you can see the rise of Namibian products, and you can see how we are getting there to meeting our local demands. There is capacity. All we need is innovation and ideas.
Here is what some of the brand owners had to say.
Today we're presenting most of our flavors, so we're doing the cultures range. We have a lot of cultures in our program, as well as awesome juices. We're doing a lot of juices, so Rietfontein. We also do the sensations within this range. And then, as most of you know, we're actually a Namibian company. We do everything ourselves.
This is one of our principal products. So this is a UHT yogurt. You can basically put it in the fridge and on the shelf. What we always do, we cross-merchandise it with the baby powders and stuff like that, and it really sells very good.
Members of the public that attended hoped the platform will become an annual event.
We've always had the bravery to stand up for what is Namibian, from protecting our homes to fighting injustices. We still celebrate what it means to us and raise a glass to those who show their bravery. No matter how they take on the world, with all this potential in the land of the brave, what will you do to make this Namibia your Namibia?
In celebration of National Arbor Day, which took place at the Havana Secondary School in Windhoek today, partners donated trees in order to encourage learners to plant them as a way of caring for the environment. The partners included the city of Windhoek, Namibia Reinsurance Corporation, and the Environmental Investment Fund of Namibia.
Speaking at the event was Patty Karwaihe, Managing Director of Namibre, who explained that National Arbor Day is a celebration of nature and that it has the mantra of plant trees and no littering. She added that the day is commemorated on the second Friday of October every year, which is when the rainy season is expected to begin, locally and elsewhere around the world.
By planting these trees today, we are casting a shadow for the future generations to come. And that future generation is sitting opposite. Luckily, today you're sitting in the shadow, but that shadow has been created by you as someone. So let us go out there and create the trees. And tomorrow when you're sitting under those trees, maybe you will remember me, maybe you will remember our mayor, and you will remember the councillors. We need to preserve our environment. Otherwise we will get more heat waves, more floods, and as a result, many of our communities and yourself will be unsettled.
Following Karwaihe's notes was the mayor of the city of Windhoek, Shade Gavanas, who also touched on the environmental and health benefits of trees. She added that the heat recently experienced in Namibia is a direct result of less oxygen in the atmosphere, which proves there is a shortage of trees.
The word arbor derives from the Latin word meaning tree. The significance of trees has been realized over the past decades to the extent that a tree is identified to commemorate their importance. You will see that the temperatures are increasing, 35, 38, 40 and going up. Fortunately, a mature tree absorbs an average of 48 pounds or 21.7 kilograms of carbon dioxide per year, making cities a healthier and safer place to live. Trees also help to reduce stress, they do, anxiety, and allow us to reconnect with nature. So if you get upset or you're angry or your schoolwork is a bit heavy, just take a walk in a quiet area and you'll see how that actually helps your body.
We are celebrating Arbor Day today. Arbor Day is a holiday actually that celebrates, that encourage people to plant more trees. You guys, please come join us. So let's make our country proud. Let's plant more trees for the living, you know. As you can see here, we planted an apple tree. So beautiful, isn't it? So guys, I would like you guys to come join.
The event was colorfully coordinated with performances by local artists and interactions between stakeholders and learners from the new secondary school.
Nivea Pearl and Beauty with pearl extracts for soft and beautiful underarms. Your trusted deodorant with the perfect balance of protection and care. Enriched with the power of pearls. Nivea Pearl and Beauty for soft and beautiful underarms. New Nivea Pearl and Beauty Black Pearl coming soon.
Welcome to this evening's edition of Business on One. The Executive Director for Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Development at the Namibia Investment Promotion and Development Board, NIPDB, Dino Balotti, described the NIPDB's recently launched mobile application for small businesses as a game changer as it addresses challenges of access to information and adds value to those who register.
Speaking to Business on One, Dino Balotti stated that the mobile application will provide the NIPDB with important information that will help the organization to grow micro and small to medium enterprises.
How it was conceptualized was we did a pilot in one of the towns early last year, and we couldn't find a service provider. And we thought, why do we need to have connections or know people to find an MSME, but we want registered businesses that are really trying to do legitimate business. And I think it was with this example that we said, can we create an application that anywhere in Namibia or the world, you'd be able to find a micro, small or medium enterprise in a region, in a town, in a sector. And that was really what initiated this. And really, if you think about universal access to sort of MSME support via platform, I think we're conscious that not every Namibian has a smartphone, but the majority that are doing business, they would have access to some kind of internet medium. And then we just think of that convenient access to information. Too often the challenge for small businesses is lack of information. And can we create something that is by the click of a button, regardless of if you're in Kurukuru, you're in Okaipe, wherever you are in Namibia, you'd be able to find a service provider. So think of MSME Yellow Pages, but through a mobile app.
Balotti further added that the mobile application will ease the process of doing business, as it will be easier to locate a service provider in a specific area.
If I want to do business in Irongo region, and specifically the town of Henties Bay, and I want to know who is in logistics, that should come up on the app. And if I am in Katima, and I want to know who is doing catering, because we are trying to support small businesses, it should no longer be of I know someone. And this is not an NIPDB app, this is a Namibian MSME app. So the work that we're doing with the support of MTC, which is a great, which has really played a great role in enabling us to get this done, is to enhance it continuously. So think of value add from private sector. If you are registered on this MSME app, you will get subsidized data for your business, or you might get subsidized insurance from an insurance provider. So that's where we're trying to move towards, but we very quickly want to get as much business data as we can, and the data that we currently have is approximately 30,000 plus minus businesses in country, but we want to know who's actively trading.
Visit the NIPDB Facebook page for guidelines on how to download the mobile application and register your business.
And that is all we have for you. Be sure to follow us on our social media pages for more on the business front.
Back in the day, Susie's phone used to ring like a hotline. She was the most popular girl in town. But since she did not register her SIM card with her mobile service provider, her phone does not ring anymore. She has tried to get something similar. She has tried this and that number, but it has never been the same. So now, she has a reputation of being a number hoarder. Instead of just registering her SIM at her mobile service provider and keeping her number. Excuse me one sec. Hello? No, this isn't Susie. Have you tried her other number?
Don't miss out on important communications like Susie. Register your SIM to keep your number. Visit www.cran.na.
Following delayed salary payments of the National Youth Service Security Guards, the service said they are going to engage their clients to find a solution to ensure timely payments of invoices and strengthen its revenue collection process. Ipinga said the administrator at NYS should also be paid on the same day as the guards. Vasco asked when this will stop. Paul said the security industry is not regulated, hence such problems. Jack wants to know the clients. Asinella said it is too early for the company to delay. Tilani said all the employees of NYS should be paid on the same date because the guards also have bills to pay. And that's it from Comments Corner. Please continue engaging with us on our stories for broadcast on News on One.
Prevent cramps with Fabufarm's new MBA Cramp Stop. Developed to bring fast and effective relief from cramps in athletes, active people and senior citizens. Manufactured in Namibia, Fabufarm's MBA Cramp Stop contains a carefully selected blend of vitamins and essential minerals to prevent cramps, with a full month supply of capsules. It's Fabufarm's new MBA Cramp Stop, your #1 choice in cramp prevention. Now available at all leading pharmacies countrywide.
And on the sports front, grassroots-level coaches from all 14 regions of the country assembled in Windhoek on Monday to attend a coaching course that ended today. The week-long event was presented by the Federation Internationale de Football Association and the Namibian Football Association at the technical field next to its Windhoek headquarters.
The objective of the entry-level coaching course was to develop coaching skills of grassroots-level coaches countrywide. FIFA's commissioned instructor and technical director of the Mauritius Football Association, Sunit Mall, expressed his satisfaction with the event on its final day.
I know it's been a little bit of a tough time. We went through it and we managed to pull off, I think, one of the best grassroots educators course. It showed that there was commitment from everybody in this team to make sure that it was effective, it had energy, and most of all, that I think the smile on those players' faces by the time they left, I don't think they wanted to go home. And I think that is the impression we need to leave, that every kid and every talent needs that chance and needs to be accepted that they have the opportunity to go on a football pathway.
Speaking at the same occasion, former head coach of the Brave Warriors and Brave Gladiators, Smidley Engelbrecht, was eager to give the participants valued advice.
Success is not final. Some of you, when you go and start coaching, you might reach instant success. You might reach instant success, and sometimes when you do well, you become complacent. That should not happen. We must keep on. We must continue. Or sometimes we fail, but failure is not fatal. When you fail, you don't get the result. You go back, you reorganize yourself, you check at your training, you plan better, you look at what went wrong, and you strategize according to what you have analyzed. And you go back so that the next thing will happen. It is the courage to continue that counts.
Sport on One caught up with some of the coaches who shared their experience.
Like any course, it's challenging, it's fun at the same time. Because it's a week, you start early in the morning, you finish late in the afternoon, it takes a lot of you and it's draining, especially because we're doing the practicals, we're doing the theory. But everything you do, you're excited, you want to come back because you're learning every step of the way. You know, when you're in the class, you're learning something new. When you're on the field, you're learning something new. And it's not only from the instructors as well, it's because it's such a great group of coaches that we also had together. Every coach, when they give their input into a session, then you are learning from them as well.
For the whole week, we worked together nicely, and the practicals was very nice because he was showing us how to make difficult stuff very easy, because he was even showing us if you don't have goal poses, how to implement without goal poses, the training sections, and furthermore.
A total of 33 coaches from across the country were rewarded with certificates for completing the 5-day practical and theoretical course.
Up next is the weather forecast. We've come to the end of tonight's edition of News on One. Don't forget to catch the Omnibus tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. From me, Isaac Sipunga, and the rest of the team, it's good night.